There is a small revolution going on in the medical industry, from cardiology to radiology, with small and large teams across the globe working to bring the benefits of artificial intelligence into the medical field. The core technology, neural networks, has opened up a realm of possibilities from synthesizing new drugs, testing new medicines, analyzing scans, or even diagnosing patients. When ChatGPT was released, it's not exaggerating to say it was revolutionary. It felt like the start of the AI era had begun. But actually, AI has been steadily pervading more and more of our life and world for years. As with the most incredible things, it often seems that they appear overnight, but in reality, they are years and years in the making. Today, we will take a peek at AI in progress, not at the final result. The works in progress are ramping up to 3 incredible breakthroughs in the fight against cancer. But first, 1 in 4 people will get cancer in their lifetime. Let that sink in. It's a disease that shows no mercy, takes no prisoners, and can affect anyone. Everyone knows that obesity and a sedentary lifestyle can lead to heart disease, the #1 medical killer of humans. But lifestyle changes to prevent cancer are harder to determine and understand. Running and dieting don't have the same clear effect as it does on your heart. When it comes to medical illness and human mortality, the bleakness can be quick to overwhelm. But the same technology that lets chatbots help you write an email or translate text effortlessly between languages is changing the game in more meaningful but less flashy ways. Today, we are going to look at why tomorrow's world will be different. We'll look at how AI is helping diagnose cancer earlier and quicker, how it can be used to actually treat tumorous cells, and how it is helping create new drugs to further the fight. Just to note, before we dive in, we've left the research articles in the description for you to have a look at. Let's dig in. The thing about cancer is that it is a silent killer. It often masks its presence for a long time, showing no symptoms until it's too late. Lung cancer is one of the worst offenders. Around 80% of lung cancer cases are detected when the disease has already reached stage 3 or 4, when treatment options are limited and the chances of survival are constantly getting slimmer. To be fair, early symptoms of lung cancer, like shortness of breath and coughing, aren't really something you would normally go to the doctor for, so patients may not seek medical attention until the cancer has already progressed. The clear signs of so many illnesses are lost when it comes to battling cancer. But what if there was a way to detect lung cancer earlier? This is what the researchers at the Royal Marsden NHS Foundation Trust thought when they created Libra, an AI diagnostic tool made to detect cancer earlier when treatment is more likely to be successful. Usually, pathologists use imaging tests like CT scans to look for a tumor, along with its shape, size, and how far it has spread. They visually inspect every nook and cranny of an incredibly high-detail image. This is like looking for a needle in a haystack. The images are so large that it can take hours or even days to complete a single inspection. In addition to being time-consuming, this process is also prone to errors. Pathologists are human, and they can easily overlook a few cancerous cells hidden within the normal tissue. This can have serious consequences, as it could lead to a cancer diagnosis being missed. But AI has the power to look so closely at a CT scan that it can be used to identify patterns of data associated with cancer, even before a tumor appears. Libra was trained on the CT scans of 500 patients with lung nodules. It then analyzes these scans and creates a risk score for each nodule. The higher the risk score, the more likely it predicts the nodule to be cancerous. As it turns out, Libra can identify cancerous nodules with an impressive 87% accuracy. With only 500 samples, the AI model can help identify false negatives for doctors and allow them to focus on problematic areas quicker when identifying problematic cells. But that is only 500 images. AI needs data. It feeds on it. GPT-3 had billions and billions of parameters in order to achieve its success. We actually did a video on how GPT-4 got better by not getting bigger, which we'll link at the end of the video if you're interested. But importantly, 500 data points is not a lot. It's not impressive. A model trained on millions of scans might achieve levels of accuracy that doctors could only hope for. With 500, it is already spotting precursor zones where cell clusters indicate the possibility of developing tumors. With millions of images, that predictive capability is only going to get better. The earlier you can treat the cancerous cells, the less vicious the treatment. There is no need for heavy bouts of chemo or life-changing surgery. These are fundamental shifts in how cancer can be diagnosed and detected, giving new avenues for treatment and management of the disease. Of course, there are many different forms of cancer, and not all can be detected by scans. But if there is one thing that AI is incredible at, it is finding patterns in obscure data. Suppose we continue to train these models to find the patterns we know cause tumor growth. We will eventually discover patterns that we can't even fathom and help us take preventative action. Would you trust AI to diagnose you more than a doctor? Let us know in the comments below. But what about taking the fight to cancerous cells? How is AI helping battle the tumors that spread so rapidly and viciously? It helps to know that the biggest weapon in any doctor's arsenal against cancer is chemotherapy. It's been the staple in the fight against cancer since the 1940s, and arguably was the first thing we found that works. However, chemotherapy works by killing everything. It takes no prisoners. On the body's battlefield, neither arm is left standing when chemotherapy is used. It can be incredibly effective, but devastating in its results. Unfortunately, it's not always effective. It can and does try to kill all cells in the target area, healthy and cancerous alike. But tumors are incredibly resilient and sometimes can survive the blanket carpet bomb that is chemo, or find a way to grow again after chemo has swept through. Scientists have long looked for a sniper rather than a bomb in the fight against cancer. With AI, they might finally have found it. In the same way that cancerous cells take over and control cells producing tumors and immensely damaging growths, AI can be used to control cells as well. In groundbreaking work, a predictive model developed by scientists at UC San Francisco and IBM Research enabled researchers to encode commands for cells to execute. They used AI to make cells do what they wanted within the human body. Essentially, they used AI to create a virtual molecular library of thousands of command sentences for cells. These command sentences tell the cell what to do. Say we can have a kill the cancer cells command or a rest command. Right now, some cancer treatments use immune cells to attack cancer cells. But the problem is that immune cells can get tired of fulfilling their duty after a while. Obviously, this is a massively simplistic interpretation of how the cells function, but it is accurate enough to perceive the issue. Eventually, they stop doing what we need them to do. If they stop, the cancer cells grow back. The treatment becomes less effective, and the cancer starts taking control of the battlefield once again. But with AI, we can create immune cells that will keep attacking cancer cells without ever taking a break. This means that we can potentially kill cancer cells more effectively and prevent them from coming back. They are programmed via AI-created instructions to achieve the seemingly impossible, using the body's own defenses as the first line of defense against cancer. Wendell Lim, the lead researcher, called their study a vital shift for the field.
Hi, my name is Wendell Lim. I'm a professor at the University of California, San Francisco. Today I'd like to tell you about using synthetic biology to build cell signaling networks.
The implications of this research are huge. It could lead to new and more effective cancer treatments that directly target cancer cells, leaving healthy cells unharmed. Currently, chemotherapy works by killing everything. From there, it can also branch out to treatments for other diseases, such as autoimmune and neurodegenerative diseases. According to Lim, only by having that power of prediction can we get to a place where we can rapidly design new cellular therapies that carry out the desired activities. Far from stopping there, the researchers are not only working to improve the accuracy of the AI model, but also developing new command sentences that can be used to engineer cells to perform other tasks by modeling cell creation. Effectively, AI is being utilized in order to create cell factories. These cell factories then produce cells that can repair damaged tissue, say, deliver drugs to specific parts of the body, or even regenerate parts of organs that had to be removed. As any general worth their stars would tell you, a battle is fought on multiple fronts. We've already seen how AI is being used to diagnose cancer, and how it's being used like a magical scalpel to attack tumors. But perhaps one of the simplest uses for AI is working on creating new cancer drugs. The traditional way of discovering cancer drugs is a long and expensive process. Scientists typically relied on trial and error, which basically meant trying out a bunch of different chemical combinations and seeing if they worked. This process of designing and creating molecules can take years and a lot of money, but AI is changing all that. AI-based approaches have the potential to accelerate the drug discovery process. Now more than ever, with the complete mapping of the human genome, AI can be trained on massive sets of genetic data. There are a few different ways that AI can be used in drug discovery. One is to train AI models on the genetic data of cancer patients. These models learn to identify patterns in the data that are associated with a particular type of cancer, like some type of gene that is mutated, for instance. This gene could then be the target of a new drug. These AI models can process and predict drug interactions in the human body far better than we could ever before. This, importantly, can cut down the amount of dead ends in drug research or the errors in trial and error. The model could take in huge quantities of genetic data and analyze how it changes under different circumstances. Say, what happens if you introduce a certain drug? What about different drugs in different genes? This could help us learn more about how well a particular drug works against cancer. In recent years, there have been a number of successful examples of AI being used to discover new cancer drugs. The company In Silico Medicine uses generative AI to develop breakthrough solutions and innovative drugs for cancer and other diseases. One of its drugs used to treat solid tumors has recently received investigational new drug approval from the FDA. Sujata Rao, head of global clinical development at In Silico Medicine, says, "We've been able to rapidly produce and advance several promising, potentially first-in-class and best-in-class molecules that we hope can soon bring new therapeutic options to cancer patients who are not responding to other treatments. By leveraging AI, we can create novel treatments for previously untreatable cancers. But the potential of AI extends beyond cancer treatment too. As AI advances, its healthcare applications are becoming increasingly innovative. In 2021, AI company InfoVision launched a novel AI solution that helps frontline healthcare workers detect viral diseases faster and monitor them more efficiently. This helped save lives and reduce the spread of viruses. AI has also been used to analyze images of the eye to identify early signs of diabetic retinopathy, allowing for early treatment and prevention of blindness. By analyzing data from electronic health records, AI can identify individuals at high risk of developing heart disease, enabling early intervention and prevention. And AI can analyze brain scans and medical tests to identify patterns that could lead to the development of new drugs for Alzheimer's disease, for example. The pioneering process of cancer drug development is just the start. The battle against cancer has many casualties, and there is no doubt that it will claim the lives of many more before we can call an end to the struggle. The introduction of AI helps bring new tools to the table and presents new avenues for progress. Advances in medicine, including the power of AI, are transforming the landscape of cancer diagnosis and treatment. Early detection and personalized therapies are becoming a reality, bringing us closer to a future where cancer can be conquered. However, it's essential to acknowledge that cancer is a complex disease and there is no one-size-fits-all treatment. But there is rapid transformation occurring in the medical industry, and AI is at the forefront of it. We didn't ask you to nudge the like button earlier in the video because it felt inappropriate. Most of you won't have made it to the end, but if you did, please give that button a nudge so other people will see this video and maybe give some hope for the future treatment of people they know with cancer. If you'd like to explore how AI is reshaping various fields, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Tectonic Shift. If you ring the notification bell, you'll never miss a new video from us, and you will always be at the forefront of the AI technology revolution. See you in the next one.